If you're just learning the bar chords, they're pretty difficult to play, but they're pretty simple in concept. It just takes a lot of practice to get them right down under the fingers. So for the sake of this, we're going to just take chords that we know. We're going to take an E shape, and we're going to take an A shape, and we're just going to be moving these up if we want to think of it really, really simply. We're just going to take an E chord shape, and we're going to move it up the neck. Maybe let's just go 1 fret. And we see it just sounds horrendous. Actually, it really kind of sounds like a traditional Spanish sound. But the problem is that we didn't move the entire chord up. We just moved the 3 notes that we're holding. We're playing 6 notes, but we only actually moved the 3 that we're holding with our fingers. So we need to remember that it's important to move all of the notes up. So what we want to do is kind of think, well, I'm going to be holding those ones for sure, but I also need to move all those open strings up 1 fret, just like these ones moved up 1 fret. So what I do is, for lack of a better term, I say everyone gets a promotion, the index finger gets the day off, and the ring, pinky, and middle will take the shape of the E. So we still have the same chord shape, and when we move it up now, it still sounds the same. But now we need to clamp our index finger down and squeeze it right across the very, very first fret. We want bar. The root word of bar is like barricade. We want to make sure we squeeze all of them so that we're getting a nice clean sound, and then we're going to add the notes that make the chord. So it's pretty simple. We're just taking an E chord shape and we're moving it up. We just need to kind of think differently in order to get the fingering. But then from there, we can just move it up and down the neck, and we don't need to worry about whether we're playing an A or an A flat or a G or a G flat. They're all really the same when you take this approach to them. Likewise, with the A chord, we can move this shape up, though with my fingers it's definitely a little bit tougher to do, so I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. So we're going to take the same principle, we're going to move it up 1 fret. Gives it that Spanish sound. We need to remember those open strings need to move up 1 fret. So we're going to bar the first fret with our index finger, and we're going to put our middle, ring, and pinky on the notes that make up that A chord shape. So we're just taking an A chord shape and moving it up. So now we've got a A sharp or a B flat, and there's a C, right? There's our D sharp, and you can see it's really tough for me to fit all of my fingers in there. So what I tend to do is just mute the bottom, the high E string here, and I will just use my ring finger to bar off. So I'm doing kind of a double bar the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, or your B, G, and D. Which is really kind of like a glorified, beefed up power chord. But I think it's a lot simpler to get, and if you know your power chords, this is a lot easier to do a transition to. So sticking with our E shape and our A shape, the same variations of those shapes apply to the bar chords. So if we're going to go from E to an E minor, it's a matter of lowering the note on the G string by 1 fret. So in this case, it goes from 1 to open. But if we're doing an A bar chord, we're going to lower that note on the G string 1 fret, and luckily we're already holding that with our bar. So it's already coming pretty handy for us. So making an A minor from an A major is as easy as lifting off that middle finger. So major with the middle finger on, minor with it off. Unfortunately, it's not the same going on the way up. So we want to think, what would we change from an A to an A minor? The note that's on the B string moves down 1 fret. I had a C sharp, and I'm going to move it down to C natural. So same thing, I'm going to take the same approach with the bar chord shape. I'm going to take the note that's on the B string and move it down 1 fret. So here is a B major. Try and fit my fingers in there. If I move that note down 1 fret, I get B minor. You've probably already run into one or more of these chords. The F and the B minor are often the first that people encounter in the bar chord world. So doing a B minor, if you know B minor, you can do C minor and C sharp minor. And it's really just a matter of changing one note to make it major or minor.